As the California sun dips into the Pacific, a storm is brewing. On July 22nd, the heart of San Diego will pulse to a different beat. The Sheraton Hotel and Marina plays host to a spectacle not witnessed in California for over 4 years, a showcase of combat jiu-jitsu's finest. In the shadows of Legion, a figure hewn from the very rock of the sport readies himself. Sloan, the caveman climber, an athlete whose raw skill and determination toppled the formidable Nicky Rodriguez. But in this world, victories are ephemeral. A specter from Sloan's past emerges. Gabriel Checco, a professional MMA fighter hardened in the crucible of combat, highly skilled in jiu-jitsu. Once he claimed victory over Sloan. Now he hungers for a repeat performance. Yet this is merely the overture. Champions, legends, rising stars all converge on this battleground. Baret Yoshida, an ADCC Hall of Famer, faces Andre Pontes in a grudge match that echoes through the annals of the sport. Former UFC gladiator Smolka meets his challenge in Abu, an upstart from the hallowed halls of 10th Planet headquarters. The stage is also set for a clash of eras, as the storied McCall emerges from the shadows of retirement. Drawn back into the arena by a new age warrior and social media influencer, Smitty Witt. Not to mention PFL fighter Herman Terrado and UFC fighter Christian Aguilar, a true clash of the titans. And as the dust settles, a new battle looms. The team-based combat jiu-jitsu matchups, Team Sugar, Team Ghost, Team PHAze, and Team Level will all vie for supremacy. This is Subversiv San Diego, a night where warriors clash, legends are forged, and the spirit of jiu-jitsu thunders across the Golden State.
You know, for the last couple of years, Subversiv has been quietly growing behind the scenes, and they've turned into one of the biggest promotions, most important promotions in jiu-jitsu. And they're coming back to San Diego in July for combat jiu-jitsu. It's going to be insane.
Wait a second, I didn't do a mustache check. Does my mustache look all right? Does it look good?
Sloan Clymer versus Gabriel Checco. That's a great matchup, man. Both of those guys, it's like a nasty caveman collision for the main event.
I've been training for about 15 years. I train and teach here at Legion American Jiu-Jitsu in San Diego, California. Why do I train? I just always love beating people up, to be honest with you. I don't care who it is, really. I'll fight anybody. Yeah, it's just fun to me. I just like scrapping, just squeezing on necks. That's what I live for, you know?
Sloan's a character, man. And he's a great character for Subversiv, so I'm really interested to see what he's able to do with this spotlight that they're giving him. They're putting him in the title fight, but they're putting him in against Checco. Checco's already beat him once on a decision. Very similar style, like a real head-to-head. They're gonna try to run through each other.
My name is Gabriel Checco. Nickname, as everybody knows, Zangief. My training is between MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. It's the same. I want a super fight. I say, you sold for me. We're good. We have a deal.
McCall, UFC legend, MMA legend, taking on the rising young prospect and Smitty Witt. Smitty Witt thinks he's going to blow him out, but Ian's coming out of retirement. I don't think he's coming out of retirement to get blown out by some kid, you know what I mean?
Smitty Witt can play in West LA. Ian McCall, he hates when I say this. Make sure you tap G, July 22nd.
Hey guys, this is Ian McCall, and I'm super excited to have a match with, what's his name? Okay. I don't mean to be disrespectful to Smitty. You know what he's doing, because he's dangerous, it's good. But I've been doing jiu-jitsu longer than he's been alive. Wrestling longer than he's been alive. So I just, as much as I want to celebrate, competing and doing it all, this is for a good cause. I'm going to try and get this over as soon as possible.
I'm expecting high pace. I'm expecting for him to come in really fat and strong. So I'm going to make him very, very tired. And for my people, you already know, it's about to be very entertaining. I'm an entertaining person.
A lot of people think that these new guys that are on the rise, that they're getting better faster than jiu-jitsu players ever did before. They just got so much exposure to so much technique, so many good players out there now, so many competitions they can go to. And so Smitty Witt thinks that he's gonna come in and just dunk on Ian. I see that as a real clash of styles. Gonna have somebody who's fast-paced, flashy, exciting, always hunting for the sub, versus Ian, who's gonna take control of the positions when he gets an opportunity and look to really grind out the fight.
For this cause, I'm sorry, whoever it is, I'm gonna have to hurt you. My art is violence. To be able to bring that into the subversive sphere of world, it's an honor.
Now, I think this is one of the most interesting matchups on the whole card. Fedor, 10th Planet HQ. Eddie Bravo has nothing but praise for Fedor. He thinks Fedor hung the moon, okay?
And Fedor was just, that new Russian's gonna be hanging out for a few months from 10th Planet St. Petersburg. And I mean, he was good. He goes back to Russia, and then he comes back a few months later. I don't know, it's like 6 months later. And he's like, he wants to stay permanently. I'm like, oh shit, that'd be awesome. One thing I noticed right away from day one when he got back was he was playing rubber guard right away. Dead Orchards, meat hook, the stock. He's good everywhere. Good at leg locks, he's good at wrestling, great passing. He's got so much game, and he's gonna make some noise.
And then he's gonna be coming in and taking on Kevin Crane. Kevin is one of the most heel characters in all of jiu-jitsu. But Kevin knows how to win too. And you see Kevin competing a lot. He rubs some people the wrong way, but I gotta be honest, he's pretty fun to watch, man. Kevin will jump out there and there's no telling what he's gonna do. He might get pushed off the stage and grab a chair. He might smack you in the back of the head during a reset. Kevin's a wild card.
I'm pretty sure this guy is expecting a war, so I'll give him a war. My name is Fedor Nikolov. I'm a purple belt under Eddie Bravo. My style is submission only, so I'm always trying to finish my opponent. It's either palm strikes or submissions. So what you're gonna expect from me, it's either TKO or submission. That's what I'm gonna do. When I see his children, I'm gonna say him that I'm deeply sorry for the shit.
Yeah, I'm Kevin, remember the name Crane, professional mixed martial artist and grappler. And yeah, I'm here to show the whole world what happens when you don't give up on your dream, and bring more eyes to grappling and jiu-jitsu, because most grapplers are boring and just want to stall, but I always am just myself, going for the kill and putting on a show, Crane style.
Luis Smolka, UFC veteran, versus Abu, coming out of 10th Planet HQ. He trains under Eddie out there. And I know Eddie is super high on this guy, and I've got to see him compete. I called a couple of his matches in this blue belt quintet tournament that Eddie did out at HQ, and this guy's a killer.
We got a group of Kurdistan wrestlers, and Abu is one of them, and he's technically, at this point, out of the Kurdistan crew, the most advanced, and he's very dangerous. He puts his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu together beautifully. So unorthodox. He's here to go to the UFC, and this is just the beginning.
I follow and technique and Temple Jiu-Jitsu Eddie Bravo. It's my big dream and come here, my country and Kyrgyzstan. I am studying Jiu-Jitsu and 9 years. It's my big dream is competing in UFC.
This guy's going to be a real handful, but he's taking on a UFC veteran. I don't know. That one could kind of go either way, I think.
My name is Luis Smolka. I'm a former UFC fighter, flyweight and bantamweight. I'm a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu currently. I train at One Jiu-Jitsu under Jiva Santana. Ever since I first saw combat jiu-jitsu, I've kind of had theories about how it would work and what overlapped between mixed martial arts and combat jiu-jitsu, and it kind of bridges the gap between fighting on the ground with strikes and submissions. And yeah, I've got a few systems that I've always wanted to see if they would work or not. Come ready. The Dagestani, right? So I'm looking forward to test myself against one of them. I haven't played one of them yet.
Bre Stixx versus Alex Enriquez, really intriguing matchup. You got two champions from the Medusa promotion. Bre has been the champion over there in combat jiu-jitsu rule set, and Alex has been the champion over there in a combat jiu-jitsu rule set. With this one being under CJJ rules, I think it gives Bre a much better chance Alex is one of the most elite grapplers in the world. And of course, Bre is fantastic too. She won that Costa Mesa Open for ADCC and she dominated everybody over there. She's a Medusa champion. But I think on paper, in a straight jiu-jitsu matchup, most people would put Alex as the favorite. But when you start bringing strikes into the game, Bre has a lot more experience with that, and she's very aggressive, and she's a violent fighter. So I think it makes that a very intriguing matchup. Not to mention Kyle Chambers, Ian Butler, Felipe Trovo, Baret Yoshida. The best part of the Subversiv cards always for me is the team matchups. They do CJJ team matchups, and that always creates extra tension when you bring the team aspect into it, and I love the team style matchups. Stacked card top to bottom. July 22nd, Sheraton Hotel and Marina in San Diego. You gotta try to be there if you're local. If you're not, subversivebjj.com for tickets and info.